Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to go through another live trade with you guys. So I'm going to break down a couple of the trades that I took this week. So Monday I traded, Tuesday I traded, Wednesday I did not trade. It was FOMC, and today is Thursday. So I'll probably get this up by either Saturday or Sunday. Today's Thursday, I did not trade, and then tomorrow we'll see if the market moves. Yesterday and today, market was pretty choppy, and then Monday and Tuesday, we did get some decent movement, so I was able to catch some plays. So I'll go through my Tesla live trade with you guys. I live traded on Monday. I think I took 2 trades, so I'll go through both of those with you guys, and then I did take a couple of trades on Tuesday. I was down and then made it up towards the end of the day, taking a day trade with SPX. So I'll go through that with you guys if we have time as well. So far this week has been really good. I have been sticking to my rules, being disciplined, being patient. I didn't trade FOMC. I did not trade today. I wasn't as aggressive as I usually am. So I wanted to kind of pull back and really focus on the strategies that I've been implementing and finding really high probability setups instead of just trading just to trade. That being said, as always, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, and let's get started. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and go through some of these trades. So like I said, these trades were on Monday, August 15th. I took 2 trades with Tesla and then 1 trade with SPX, so I'll go through them with you guys. I only traded Monday, Tuesday, and Friday this week. I didn't trade Wednesday and Thursday because of FOMC, and it was very, very choppy on Wednesday and Thursday anyways. Even on Friday, market was pretty slow except for one move that I was able to catch with Tesla. So I'll go ahead and go through this. So Tesla was on watch. You can see that there was some news on it. And so I had Tesla calls above 905 and then puts below 890. I was trading live on voice with the team that day. So let's go ahead and take a look at Tesla's chart. So this is Tesla's chart here. Also on Friday, Tesla is splitting. So I think starting on Monday, it's a 3-for-1 split on Tesla. So I had news on the split as well, which is why overall Tesla was bullish for Monday and Tuesday. And then with market kind of being choppy and dropping, Tesla ended up dropping as well. So my initial level for entry on Tesla was the 905 break. You can see that it did break very early. I did enter Tesla very early at open. It was around 9:33, I believe. I did lock some of my position, but I ended up day trading most of the position for Tesla. So I was holding it for about 2 hours. I had a targets of 9:30 and 9:40 on Tesla for the day. So let's go ahead and take a look at the video. So like I said, I entered Tesla pretty early at open because it did break that 905 level pretty early. So it's 9:28, so I'm gonna forward this a little bit to get it to open. All right, so here we go. Tesla had broken the 905 level. The next level up on Tesla I had was 910, so that was the next level up I was watching. Like I said, it broke 905 right at open, so then I would watch the next level of resistance I have up for entry, and that would have been 910. This is Tesla's chart here. You can see it's right around 909 right now. And right now it's just the first minute into open, 9:31. About 10 seconds left to the next candle open here on Tesla. And I'm gonna forward this a little bit just because I enter a little bit later. Okay, so hold on. So usually when it's close to open, I do wait for a candle to hold, so a confirmation candle above whatever level I'm watching. In this case, it was 910. So you can see Tesla broke 910 here at 932. However, I want to see it be able to hold that 910 level, so I want to see a confirmation candle above 910. And at 933, you see that confirmation candle. And I believe I buy the 920 calls on Tesla. So you can see the 920 calls have the highest open interest and volume in comparison to the 915 and 917.50. So there you go. I entered Tesla here at 933. I entered the 920 calls and I got filled at around a price of $24.63 on Tesla. So if we go ahead and take a look at Tesla's chart, So this is the 933 candle, or 32 candle. This is a 934 candle. So I entered here. Like I said, I waited for it to hold above that level of resistance at 910. And if we go here, I'll show you guys the 1 minute because I do enter on the 1 minute. Okay. So I entered at this 933 candle. You can see that it did open, broke 910 here. So a strong level break here, and then I waited for a confirmation. Now I did miss the initial move up just because I did wait a little bit delayed here. I entered a little bit delayed, but I wanted to wait for a confirmation candle just because when you enter so close to open, it's always good to wait for a pullback. So for this specific play, I should have waited for an initial pullback to see if the initial move up was a solid move up. At the same time, you can see that the NASDAQ had just broken VWAP here. So on the 930 candle, it was a strong bullish candle, but it did end up pulling back to that VWAP level, which is why Tesla ended up consolidating for a period of time prior to it ended up breaking again. So I was stuck in a consolidation period here on Tesla right after I entered. It did end up making a little bit of a move up and I ended up catching some of it. However, the rest of my position I ended up holding as a day trade with a 910 stop on it and a stop of VWAP on NASDAQ. You can see overall the NASDAQ never held below that VWAP level. If we look here, held all along that VWAP level, which is a good indicator that it's not making a move down. It's not reversing just yet. And this Tesla, it did end up moving up just slightly. My first target on this was 920 from 910. So you can see here, it did make a move to 920. I think I ended up exiting some of my position at 939 or 937, which I'll show you guys. And it made the move to 920. Then the rest of my position, I ended up holding with a 910 stop and a day trade on this. I exited the rest of those at around 11 o'clock. So I'll show you guys those fills really quick. So like I said, I entered here around 24.63. My first target was 920, so I'm just going to forward some of this. It's 935 now. Okay, so this is a 936 candle. I exited at 939, so I'm just going to forward a little bit more. You can see, like I said, I got caught in a pullback here. Right now it's 938. Premium held pretty well on that pullback. I was still up on it when I entered. So you can see the premium was at $25. So I was still really well up on the trade. So I was never down on this trade when it did pull back. So that's a good thing. We got about 15 seconds to the next candle open here. I exit at 939. Exit some of my position. I think half of my position at 939 here. It makes a very quick move up, touches 920. There was a lot of sellers on the ask sitting at 920. That 920 level ended up being a strong level of resistance on Tesla. I did not end up breaking 920 till later in the day. I did also end up catching a scalp later in the day as well, but that 920 level sellers were sitting at Tesla just waiting to sell at that 920. And you can see here at 939, I exit half of my position here at 939 as Tesla touches the 920 again. The reason I exited at 939 on this second move up, you can see I held the consolidation and I exited half at 939 is just because I did see a lot of selling pressure sitting at that 920 level. You can see that it tried multiple times, was not able to break that 920 level, and then I did see a lot of sellers sitting at the ask, so I ended up being comfortable exiting half of my position at 939, keeping the rest of my position because, like I said, NASDAQ was holding this VWAP level here. It never broke below VWAP. And at the same time, Tesla had strong bullish news and sentiment with the stock split coming that week. So I was comfortable day trading this Tesla position with a 910 stop on it. And if we look, you can see that it never broke that 910 level here on the 2 minute, and on the 5 minute you can see held 910 very well. Ended up squeezing into a symmetrical triangle. So I have gone through some patterns before and what patterns I like to see. This was a perfect symmetrical triangle break here on Tesla. So like I said, exited a half at 939. The premium ended up going to $26.36, which is really good. Like I said, I was comfortable holding with a 910 stop, never held 910. Created a nice little symmetrical triangle. NASDAQ held this VWAP level all the way through the pullback, which is why I was comfortable holding this as well. You can see right here, perfect break. Now, this is another play that you could potentially take on Tesla here, the break of the symmetrical triangle. If you guys have seen triangle breaks. They're really, really good patterns to pay attention to, especially if you're day trading. This was a perfect symmetrical triangle break. Went straight to my next level of 930, and then 940 and 950 were my targets on Tesla. So this was a nice little break. I held this really well. There's no reason for me to exit. If you look at the NASDAQ and you look at Tesla's chart, it was just a consolidation period. All right, so this is around 11:33. Like I said, I exited. I had 10 contracts left on Tesla through that pullback. I had exited half. Had 10 contracts left, and I exited the rest of them, I believe, at 9:35 and 9:36. So it should be right in the 9:30, or I'm sorry, 11:35 and 11:36. We're around 11:33 right now. So I'm going to forward a little bit to 11:35. So here we go. Premium ended up picking up here with Tesla breaking out of that symmetrical triangle. Premium is now at $26.65. Remember, I got filled at $24.63. So I did take a little bit of a hit holding through that pullback, but I did end up making a decent amount on that premium once it touched that 11.25 level on Tesla. And I should have exited here as the premium is making the move up. You always want to sell into strength. As you guys can see, I exited the rest of my 10 contracts at 11:35 and 11:36. I ended up exiting at the push of this candle. You always want to sell into strength. I've mentioned this before. If you sell into strength, you're more likely to get a better fill on your way out. And you can see here, I got filled out at $26.85 and then $27 here. Yeah, so on the day, that day I had made $10,000. $7,000 came from Tesla, and then the rest came from that SPX play that I just showed you guys that I had taken as well, which I can go through in a second. But that was a really nice hold on Tesla. So as long as you have a stop on your play, whatever play that you're taking, as long as you have the stop, you can end up holding the position or holding your runners as long as the stop is in place. So how I usually scale out, which I didn't with Tesla on this time, I only scaled out 50% because I was confident that Tesla was going to make the move up. At the same time, I was willing to risk that profit because you can see NASDAQ held that VWAP level all the way through, never really broke all the way fully and held below VWAP at all. Tesla consolidated really well above the 910 level, and it just needed to break that 920 resistance. So there was no break to the downside, no break to the upside, so no reason for me to exit. Still held my stop to the downside. Again, no reason for me to exit. Created a nice little pattern. Now on this symmetrical triangle pattern, it can break on either side. It really depends on how futures move. You can see that futures ended up holding that VWAP level still and making that move up. And that is how Tesla was able to gain that momentum to be able to break out of the symmetrical triangle to the upside and for me to be able to catch this move here. So if we look here on SPX, you can see that it had gap down from 42.80 down to around 42.69. So my initial entry would be 42.70. I always round up to the nearest hold out level on SPX or the next level of resistance I have whenever it gaps like this. So my entry point on SPX was a break above 42.70. For the gap fill up to 42.80, I ended up entering SPX at 951. So I entered on this candle here once it broke 42.70. Now I should have waited for a confirmation candle. This candle would have been a better entry, the 953 candle on SPX. However, I was comfortable with what futures was showing me. Your EMAs here on SPX were crossing above, so it was trending above the EMAs, would signify a bullish reversal as well. And you can see NASDAQ, and if we go ahead and take a look at the ES chart as well, ES was also starting to pick up at that 955. You can see here was consolidating a little bit right at its VWAP and then ended up bouncing off the VWAP and making a small move up, which gave SPX the momentum to be able to make the move up. I entered at 951 here. My first exit on this was 955. So I exited some of my position here. It got close to 42.80 level. Sometimes with SPX, it'll touch right to that gap fill and then reject. Sometimes it'll get close. So I always like to lock around 80% of my profit close to that gap fill level. So with this play, I wasn't that comfortable with the move on futures. It wasn't as strong as I had anticipated. So I locked most of it, like I said, at 955. The rest at 957. You can see here up until 10 o'clock, it touched right at 42.80. Now, like I said, it was getting close to that 10 o'clock hour. Whenever 10 o'clock hits, sometimes you see market reversal because a lot of economic data comes out at 10 a.m. or you'll see it continue to move up. So usually within that first half an hour, market is shaky. After that half an hour, you really start to see whether the trend in that half an hour was a strong trend, or if it was not at 10 o'clock. So I ended up exiting the rest of my position at 9:57 here on SPX. And like I said, if we look at the fills here, 9:51, 55, and 57. So you got a nice little premium flip on SPX. If you locked at the first profit target with one contract, you would have made around $200. If you locked at the second second target with one contract, you would have made around $400 on about a 5 or 6 minute scalp here on SPX. Alright guys, so that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, any video suggestions, please go ahead and comment them down below. All of my social media is also linked below so that you're following the correct pages. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!